Winter break is almost upon us, and that means commencement is right around the corner for many seniors. We have what you need to know about the ceremony.
And with break around the corner, finals are coming up very shortly, but some people's finals aren't quite what you're thinking of. We have a look into some senior theater majors finals. And it's been pretty dreary out today with a rain-snow mix. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll tell you how long this wintry weather is going to last.
We have that and more on this edition of 15 News at 5. Starts right now. Thank you for joining us on 15 News at 5. I'm Heather Bricka.
And I'm Katie Nicolau.
The CAPS Fellow program has open applications for their internship program. The internship takes place over the summer. CAPS Fellows will be partnered with a mentor from regional and national organizations during their time in the internship program. This internship provides people with real-world service and leadership experience. If you are interested in applying, head over to valpo.edu's website and search CAPS Fellows program application.
VU will be saying goodbye to some seniors this weekend, but there's a few things soon to be grads should know before commencement. Those who plan to walk need to meet in the chapel at 1:30 for lineup. Marshals will assist in grouping students alphabetically and by college. Please leave personal belongings with your family and don't forget your cap and gown. Good luck, graduates.
Finals are fast approaching and some are less traditional than others. VU senior theater majors are prepping their directing showcase this week. We sent Jewel Garcia out to the VUCA to learn more.
The execution business. Public murder at $300 a head.
My one act is called The Other Side, and it's a psychological horror. It is about a group of prison workers and a reporter who are about to execute somebody, and it's about the 20 minutes leading up to the execution. Senior 1Acts are the capstone for the senior theater majors. So every senior theater major has to pick a play that's about 20 minutes long, and then we cast actors from the general student population, and we present all of them as our final project in December. So I will be going on December 4th, and then there will be another round of 1Acts the next day on December 5th, and they all start at 7 o'clock. All the senior 1Acts are about 20 minutes long, and we present 3 on one night and 4 on the next night.
On December 4th and 5th, the Theater 1Acts will be presented in the VUCA Studio Theater.
Valparaiso University kicked off the holiday season this weekend with the annual Christmas concert. The concert was this past Friday and Saturday and featured the VU Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Concert Band, Chorale, Men's Ensemble, and Women's Ensemble. They performed Christmas carols, both classic and modern. Some of the songs featured on O Come All Ye Faithful, Glow, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and Silent Night. Several students were glad that they had finally performed it and hoped that people enjoyed the concert.
Community members rocked the Campus Cafe last Sunday thanks to a local business and group of VU seniors. We sent VUTV's Nathan Randall out to the Front Porch Open Mic Night to learn more.
For our senior capstone project, we had Front Porch Music kind of collaborate with us, trying to get more students involved with them over there at the guitar shop.
There is one thing you should know, will always be there. Student debt is there for you. Student debt will follow you. Student debt.
So we had one final big event for our whole thing, and this is that event.
I found a way to smile each day. Today, that's hard to find. A way that brings me love and hope. You better peace of mind.
An open mic on campus to try to bring front porch awareness on campus. The goal was to just get a lot more Valparaiso University students knowing about Front Porch. Because originally when we went to Mamie, who works at the guitar shop, she said, yeah, I don't know why not too many Valpo students are coming to the open mics or stuff. I don't know if they don't know about it. When I was a freshman, when I first came here, I stumbled upon the guitar shop and I loved it. I heard that the actual location was like a fraternity house for Valpo like 40 years ago. This quiet, like intimate environment down there where townies would come and play like really like thoughtful music just with an acoustic guitar and like a cup of coffee. Our goal for our whole project was to just get more students aware that Front Porch is a guitar shop in town and it's good to support local. So.
The university will be hosting its 9th annual tree lighting ceremony tomorrow. The Jingle Jog will kick off the festivities, which begins at 4:30. Meanwhile, Santa and refreshments will be provided in the Hara Union. The tree will be lit at 6 p.m. sharp. This event is free and open to the community as well as students.
From decorating street lamps, tree lightings, and transforming the Urshel Pavilion into an ice skating wonderland, the city of Valparaiso is no stranger to holiday spirit. The Central Park Plaza Ice rink opened on November 19th after the city tree lighting. Admission is $6 and you can rent skates for $4. If you want to be extra safe, the rink also provides free helmet rentals. The rink is scheduled to remain open until March 3rd.
Before break, we asked you what your favorite type of pie is to eat on Thanksgiving. The winner was apple at 52%, pumpkin came in second at 36%, cherry came in third with 12%, and blueberry came in with absolutely no votes. Since it's winter time, we would like to know what you like to do on a snow day. Head over to our Twitter after the show to cast your vote. We'll be announcing the winner next year via social media.
It almost felt like early spring rather than winter this weekend, but snowflakes are flying again. We have 15 weather meteorologist Jessica Burns in the studio today. So Jessica, are we going to get that warmer weather back or winter going to stay with us?
That's right, Heather. This weekend we saw absolutely beautiful temperatures, highs in the 50s. I can tell you though, those temperatures are not going to make a comeback anytime soon. 24-hour temperature change right now, 5 degrees cooler right now than it was at this time yesterday. And earlier today, that temperature change was much larger since we were in the 50s during the weekend. Right now, temperatures are in the mid-30s pretty much all across the board. 35 here in Valparaiso, 31 in Chicago O'Hare, colder in DeKalb and Rockford at 29 degrees. Over the day today, we've been seeing that rain-snow mix sticking around, coming up off of the lake. And I can tell you that's going to stick around with us for just a little bit longer. I'll get to that in my forecast coming up in minutes.
Well, thanks, Jessica. The nation is in mourning after former President George H.W. Bush's death. We'll have a look at how people are remembering him.
Plus, a massive earthquake hit Anchorage, Alaska. See what it was like the minute the earthquake hit after the break.
What is passion? At Valpo, it's something that pours out of us uncontrollably. It's a late-night shot of caffeine, cramming for finals, a jam session with friends. It sees deep into space, turns big stuff into small potatoes, floats boats, and floods the senses. Passion is alive. It has a heartbeat, and it lives in you. How do we know? Because at Valpo, passion is who we are.
Well, I think that's all we need. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll be in touch.
Okay, this is it. Just shake his hand and walk out with your head held high. Don't mess this up. Thank you. Nailed it. Don't let a bad handshake get in the way of getting the job you want. Find out more at the Career Center.
The political world is responding to the death of President George H.W. Bush's death. The patriarch of political dynasty died Friday at his home in Houston. He was 94 years old. Today, President Trump declared December 5th as a national day of mourning. Karen Kafia is in Houston with a closer look at how Bush 41 is being remembered.
Alaska was hit by just over 1,000 aftershocks since Friday's 7.0 magnitude earthquake. Friday's big quake knocked out power, ripped open roads, and splintered buildings near Anchorage. Despite damage to roads and buildings, no fatalities or serious injuries were reported. Most of the smaller aftershock earthquakes that followed were not felt. The U.S. Geological Survey says the majority were a magnitude of 2.5 or weaker. Anchorage's municipal manager says more than a dozen of the smaller quakes were higher than a magnitude of 4.0, and a handful were greater than a magnitude 5.
Well, astrophysicist and author Neil deGrasse Tyson is denying allegations of sexual misconduct by 3 women. The women told religion and spirituality website last month Tyson harassed them and made inappropriate sexual advances as early as 1984 and in recent years. In a Facebook post, he responded in part, quote, "Accusations can damage a reputation and a marriage, sometimes irreversible. I see myself as a loving husband and as a public servant, a scientist and educator who serves the will of the public." And he disputed or offered different versions of the allegations against himself. According to the New York Times, Fox Entertainment and National Geographic, the networks airing Tyson's show, they announced Friday that they would investigate these allegations.
North American leaders signaled a deal that replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement on the sidelines of the G20 summit. U.S. President Donald Trump, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and outgoing Mexican President Enrique Pena Nieto participated in a ceremonial signing Friday in Argentina. The rebranded deal is called the United States-Mexico Sea Agreement, or the USMCA, but it's not going into effect anytime soon. The agreement will still need congressional approval in Washington. Key members of both political parties, however, have already expressed significant concerns. Top U.S. officials were on hand for the signing ceremony, including Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, and National Secretary Advisor John Bolton, along with the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, and son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
It's a truce for now. President Donald Trump and Xi Jinping have reached a tentative agreement. This according to the statement from White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. Meeting in Argentina on Saturday, Trump agreed to maintain the 10% tariffs on $20 billion worth of Chinese goods, rather than raising them to 25%. In exchange, China has agreed to purchase a, quote, very substantial amount of agriculture and energy goods from the U.S. The statement goes on to say that the two countries will immediately begin negotiations on top of U.S. concerns, including forced technology transfer and cyber theft. If an agreement is not reached within 90 days, the 10% tariffs will rise to 25%.
A blind Salvation Army bell ringer is bringing joy to shoppers by using his vocal cords instead of a bell. Punja Lodia has the story.
All right, you ready for me? Yep. You know Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen.
Amid the sounds of traffic jams and shopping carts, you'll probably hear him before you see him.
It's a gift from God. That's what it is.
Bill Johnson is a Salvation Army bell ringer, but he doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I'm supposed to be slinging a bell, but I'm slinging my voice. Oh, that Santa's on his way.
10 years ago, a wreck left Bill blind in both eyes and barely able to walk. He needed help.
Actually, I found myself at one point homeless, and the Salvation Army has been a strong arm for me. And I said if I ever gotten a better opportunity, I'd do my best to go back and volunteer as well.
After years of volunteering, Bill figured, why not start singing too? He had never done it before, but some kinds of talent just come naturally.
Recently started singing in the shower, well, about a year or so singing in the shower, and just blowed out to this. I can't say I'm ready for an album or anything, but making some people happy. Hey love, Merry Christmas.
Bill doesn't take requests, and he only sings one genre of music. But he knows what his fans like.
Sweetheart, you can talk to me anytime. Merry Christmas. I got one lady, I don't know her name, saved my life, but I hear her voice and I know who she is. She says, I'm here again just to hear you sing. And she comes out religiously almost every day. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
It turns out you don't have to see to feel.
You'll go down in history.
Coming up after the break, Jessica Burns will have your full forecast.
Plus, we'll take a look at this past week's Crusader sports. Stick with us.
VUTV, your campus, your story.
Today was definitely colder than we saw this weekend. We were seeing highs in the 50s. Well, now our highs are in the 40s. We're starting to take that plummet because we do have a little bit of a wintry mix going on throughout the day today. We've had a lake effect band set up right on top of us, and it's stuck around with us for the majority of the day. So if you stepped outside and you saw some lake effect snow or rain snow mix, that's why. And this lake effect snow band is just going to stick around with us for the majority of the evening. This is at 6 o'clock tonight. Expect that band to stay over us throughout the majority of the night, even till 10 p.m. It won't be until tomorrow morning that it shifts northward just a little bit, but it won't be completely out of our area until late afternoon to the early evening hours tomorrow. And once that moves out of our area, we'll be stuck with just a few lingering clouds overhead. As far as temperatures go tonight, expect them to dip down just a little bit. We'll have a low of around 27 degrees, so the upper 20-degree range is what's to be expected. Tomorrow, a little bit colder than today. We'll see a high in the mid-30-degree range. Again, temperatures will take a small plummet down for your Wednesday morning. Take a look at that when you're waking up for your classes. A temperature of around 26 degrees, so it's definitely important to bundle up. As far as tonight goes, a low of around 29 degrees. Expect those snow showers to continue throughout the night and into tomorrow. And once those pass, we'll be just left with some lingering clouds, high nearing the mid-30s tomorrow. Now, after tomorrow, though, that's when that rain-snow mix and anything wintry goes out of our forecast. Temperatures, though, well, they're just going to be sticking in the 30s for the majority of the week. Our highs will be in the low to mid-30-degree range for the majority of the week. Clouds sticking around. Friday, though, that high is only 27 degrees. It's going to be rather chilly. But on Sunday, that's when we finally start to see the sun. And even though that comes out, well, that's not going to raise our temperatures very much at all.
Wonderful. It's beginning to feel a lot like winter break is fastly approaching.
Definitely.
I thought you were going to start breaking into song. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
I mean, I almost did, but
I was hoping
kind
for
of
it, honestly.
disappointed.
I was really hoping for it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks, Jessica. After the break, we'll recap this past week's Crusader sports.
In a world where entertainment is at risk, one man is given a mission, but he is about to face his biggest challenge yet. He will race against the clock and open doors to new possibilities that will save weekends as we know it.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for free movies.
Oh, I'll help you with that.
Just go to movies.valpo.edu. They have all the best movies, including The Hobbit and 22 Jump Street.
Whoa, it's that easy?
It's that easy.
Grab some popcorn, grab some buddies, and watch movies.valpo.edu's great selection.
Calling all Crusaders fans, this week's edition of Sports on 15 to 5 will excite you. Let's get started. The Valparaiso volleyball team captured their first postseason win in program history with their 3-1 victory over Ball State in the first round of the 2018 National Invitational Volleyball Championship Thursday. Victory tasted so sweet to the team that they decided to repeat the triumph in only 3 sets for a 3-0 win over Miami on Friday. The team advanced to the quarterfinals, which is set for their first serve at 6 p.m. on Thursday as Valpo takes on Tulane. The men's basketball team closed out a long stretch on the road with a victory at UNLV Wednesday. The team closed first half with an 11-4 run going into halftime. After the break, they took control of the lead on a 15-2 run and finished the game 72-64 as victors. You can congratulate junior Derek Smith as he led all players with 20 points and grabbed a career best of 12 rebounds, no doubt thanks to his height. He also picked up his first career double-double. Congratulations to him. Back at the Arc after a long stretch, Valpo led from nearly start to finish versus UC Riverside Sunday afternoon. 5 players for the Crusaders scored in the double figures for an 82-73 victory. Valpo is set for a quick turnaround as they will return to the Arc. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. on Tuesday against High Point. The women's basketball team returned to the winning column as they fended off Chicago State for a close 76-70 win Thursday. Senior Meredith Hamlet put up a game high of 28 points, while redshirt sophomore Addison Stoller had a career high of 18 points and 9 rebounds. For the second straight game, the women's team pulled off a tight victory on Sunday evening at the Arc. Junior Grace Hales poured in 21 points for a dramatic 62-60 victory. Now that is a close margin to win by, but I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, that is a really good week for Crusader sports.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Katie. After the break, Jessica will have a final look at the weather.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it... If dying young won't change your mind, baby,
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music, on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
Now that rain snow mix that we've been seeing all day today, that's going to stick around with us tonight and into parts of tomorrow, but then will be cloudy and very cold for the rest of the week.
Should be a slushy start.
Yep, very
Seems like
slushy
winter.
start.
All right, well, from Heather, Jessica, and myself, thank you all so much for joining, and we'll see you after winter break on 15 News at 5.